lessons that we can learn from this encounter that Mary and Martha had with Jesus. When we feel busy, this is what Martha and Mary would tell us. They would say, distraction creates distance. Take a moment and be honest with yourself. What in your life right now could be distracting you from spending time with Jesus? So in this context, the word distraction literally means to be pulled away. Martha was distracted. She was pulled away from this encounter with Jesus. But what she was doing wasn't sinful. She just let her busy work keep her from experiencing the one thing that could fulfill her in that moment. Busyness breeds distraction. Martha opens her home to Jesus. She clearly has a gift of hospitality that I wish that I had, but that doesn't mean that she opened her heart to Jesus. In her eagerness to serve and to make everything perfect, she almost missed the opportunity to truly know Jesus. Now, it's not really complicated. This is actually really simple because there's not a busier person than someone who is trying to manage the perceptions of others or the expectations that are put on them by others, the opinions of others. Maybe it's trying to make more money. Maybe it's you're focused on your past, your mistakes, things that you just can't go back and change. Maybe you're focused on others' imperfections. Anybody married in the room? Something that we focus on a little too much sometimes. Maybe it's financial restraints that keep you up at night, that keep you in a state of mind unable to let go and lay down everything at the feet of Jesus. In Hebrews, we're challenged to keep our eyes on Jesus, and obviously it's mentioned because it's a challenge for so many of us. We're in good company. Hebrews 12:2 says this, "We do this by keeping our eyes on Jesus, the champion who initiates and perfects our faith. Because of the joy awaiting him, he endured the cross, disregarding its shame. Now he is seated in the place of honor beside God's throne." It's so important that we focus on being able to sit at the feet of Jesus. But it's a paradox because in our world today, we elevate achievement, busyness, accomplishment, just being able to get things done, moving on to the next right thing. But God, he wants our companionship. He wants to be in relationship with us as sons and daughters. So we see that we can all get distracted, and that distraction creates distance. And next, we learn that if we compare ourselves to others, we will quickly become very discontent with what's happening in our own lives. Comparison steals contentment. Jesus always brings contentment. We see that Mary is completely satisfied just sitting at the feet of Jesus. She's not even aware that her sister is running around stressed out, upset at her. She is fully in the moment with Jesus. But we have to remember, we can't compare ourselves to other people. God didn't call you to be like someone else. He created you to be you. Now, I feel like it's really interesting in this moment when Jesus actually corrects Martha, because he really does in that moment. He actually says, "Martha, Martha." I don't know about you, but whenever I hear that, I always think of Brady Bunch. Marcia, Marcia, Marcia. I can't, every time I read it, I hear it. But he says, "Martha, Martha." He doesn't say, "Why can't you be more like your sister?" He doesn't admonish her for what she's doing, but he does tell her she chose the better part. Now, those of you with siblings, you know what I'm talking about. Being told, "Why can't you be more like your sister? Why can't you be more like your brother? Why can't you do this better? Why can't you do that better?" God doesn't do that with us. He knew that Martha would never be Mary and that Mary would never be Martha. But when they were faced with that same choice to work or to worship, Jesus said Mary chose the better part. She chose the better option. Now, to me, this implies that we all have this choice. We can all make the choice to choose Jesus. It doesn't matter your gifting. Maybe you have that gifting of hospitality where you want to do all the things and prepare everything and make your home open and available for everyone and put in the work for that. Maybe you have the personality of that driven type where you just want to get everything done. It doesn't matter your gifting or your hospitality or your personality type. We all can make this choice to put Jesus first. I see myself in this struggle, as so many of us do. Work and worship, they will collide. We can't avoid that. I want to be like Mary. I want to worship extravagantly. I want to set everything down and sit at his feet. But just like Martha, there is so much to do. Right, moms? I always think of if somebody were to call and say, "Hey, we're coming by. 5 minutes. We're 5 minutes down the road." Was not prepared for it at all. I don't know what you guys would do, but my family put the laundry away, clean off the couches, somebody wipe the baseboards.